So a friend of mine asked me the other day what was the first picture that I actually took in a conscious way for this project. And I went back through my phone and scrolled through and found a picture of Ken's ice cream, or where it had stood in Tucumcari, New Mexico. When I was a kid, my parents and I used to go to New Mexico in the summer, driving there from Memphis. And after going through Oklahoma and reaching Texas, we would get to Ken's because my dad liked root beer floats. And we would all stop there and have a float of some kind. And it was a place that held loving, good family memories. And when I drove past it last summer and saw that it wasn't there anymore, I just thought, gosh, it must have died during the pandemic, like so many businesses did. And it was just kind of sad, because I'm sure lots of families stopped there over the years on road trips and had ice cream and good memories. Another thing I saw as I was driving from California to Mississippi was a sign right before an exit that just said, "No services." And I started thinking, wow, like they don't have gas. I guess you can't stop for food or get a drink of water. And I started thinking about the future and how there'll probably be a lot of shortages of things. No gas, no water, no services. And I thought that was just kind of a window into future times. And honestly, since the pandemic and with inflation, there has been a shortage of goods and services. And so that's not necessarily the future, it's now. And I think this project was really kind of a constant looking to the here and to the future. What do I think is going to happen? What is happening? What are the signs of, that which is to come and what's already arrived? So when I was in grad school, I had a professor who said that sometimes we shoot images unconsciously before we shoot them consciously. And I really, in looking back on this project, think that that's what was happening, because the images that are contained in this book go back to 2013, when I think I was shooting dystopian imagery before the concept even came into my mind. And then when it did come in my mind last year in 2022, I did take photos that were more intentional. But when I looked back on past photos that I had taken, I realized that they often had the same kind of themes of alienation or isolation, things that I see in my work as a social worker, especially during the pandemic when people were so isolated. It brought about a rise in depression and anxiety. People were afraid to go outside, afraid to interact with people. And the psychological effect of that is great. We need human connectedness to thrive. We need to be connected to something larger than ourselves to heal and recover from past wounds and traumas. And when we're alienated, those kinds of things become hard, if not impossible, to achieve. So a friend